A battery charger, glass breaker, power bank, and flashlight all rolled into one. The Tesla can be plugged into a power port on a car either directly or using the USB adapter. With the tail removed, we find the charger itself. It can be used to charge laptops, cell phones, and other devices. Also, as you've seen in the intro, it can be used as an emergency power bank to charge a phone directly off the flashlight. At the other end, we have a flashlight with multi-level brightness, a nice deep reflector, and a Cree XPG2 LED. Let's talk about overall quality of this product. The way that it feels is pretty solid. It does have a little bit of a smooth finish, but it's got some nice knurling here. This stripe bezel to me seems like it would be very effective. The actual quality, thickness of the metal, design, anodizing, I would say that it's probably a medium quality light. Not the best, but far from the worst I've seen. This is not typically the kind of light that I review, but it does have a flashlight, and so I think it's relevant. This isn't even really marketed as a flashlight necessarily. It is marketed as it's called Tesla's multi-function car tool, and the reason is that its primary features have more to do with emergency use, but it does also have a pretty bright light. It's rated at 200 lumens, I believe, and it's multi-level brightness. It's got a high mode, low mode, strobe, and SOS, and those output levels are adventure sport tested, and I actually got higher than that. On the high mode, I got 416 lumens, and right around 200 on the low modes. It also has an interesting feature, is it's designed to be a glass breaker. This here is solid aluminum, and when that spring compresses, it's up against this here so that you could potentially break out a window. And this little thing, it's to line this up for one thing, but also its other function is there's a razor in there, which is to cut a seat belt. It does also come with two diffusers. It has an orange and a white diffuser fit over the end. Let's talk about the user interface real quick. I said before that it's 5 mode, and it does have a high, a low, a strobe, and an SOS. And when you first turn it on, you see it actually comes on in strobe, and you wait a few seconds, and then you get your high mode, and then to go to low, you twist it again, and then strobe, and then SOS. After you've set it aside for a while, whenever you come back to it, it's going to be on high again. You see we get that strobe. Cons for me on this light, you see it right there. I think that rather than having that first 5-second strobe before you get into high mode, I think it would have been a lot better if you just went straight to high mode. I wanted to test the capability of this seatbelt cutter and see if it would actually work in real life. And obviously I'm not going to cut my seatbelt, but I did have this other ratchet strap that's made from a very, very similar material. I mean, you can put a lot of tension on that too, so we're going to give this a shot. I'm going to clamp the one end in my vise, and I'm only going to put enough. I'm not going to ratchet the strap because if you're in a car and your seatbelt, it's not ratcheted down, so I'm only going to put as much tension as what I can do pulling with my hand, which is what you would do if the belt was across you. And piece of cake. I wanted to test the glass breaker function on this device. What I decided on was to use a semi-pricey flashlight lens. This is a hardened glass lens. It's a Borafloat lens, and it's pretty thick. It's definitely as thick as the side window on a vehicle, about 3 millimeters thick, and we're also dealing with a shorter span here, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in here so it sits it up off the ground and it doesn't try to move whenever I swat it. So here we go. Let's spend some money. Straight through it like nothing. So now that we've smashed the glass with this, I don't know if you can see this on camera or not, but I mean, I really hit that hard. There are several marks on this from when I shattered that 3mm piece of glass, and my question is this still going to work after we've done that to it? And so we're going to find out right now. We are still getting light here. This adapter is actually from my tablet. It's the USB to, I think, mini USB maybe. It's the same thing on my tablet, my phone. The adapter that comes with this is actually different. It plugs in to there, so you can set this like that or in your console or something. So this is separate, but I don't think most people have something like that. And so yep, and there you have it. Right there we are getting charge power. Last but certainly not least, what flashlight review would be complete without a beam shot? So there we go. That's the beam of our Tesla. I decided to do it under the carport here because typically I would imagine this light will be used at more of a close range. It does have a pretty soft beam, decent hot spot, a little bit of a flower shape around the very edges because of that crenulated bezel. Something I forgot to mention earlier is price. This light comes in at just under $50 for the whole kit. I would have probably rated it a little higher. The thing that I just couldn't get past, even though it is an emergency tool and not primarily a flashlight, is that the strobe does come on in that first mode for 5 seconds or whatever before you actually get to just the regular high mode. And for me, being a flashlight guy, that was tough to get past. There will be a coupon code also in the description along with a link for purchase. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like or share it with someone. If you'd like a notification when my next video is ready, you can click subscribe. Thanks for watching.